ready.
Man, that is going to be a slobber knocker of a game right there.
In all my time, I don't remember somebody scoring 4.
Yeah, it's funny. I use the word jetapult. It's actually a word. People don't realize it.
Good try. No soup for you.
Trey, go get you some wax beans and
soup to the deli, I know.
yeah, go get you some wax beans and have a good day, man. First downs for Central Clay for 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. Roll call with a spidget.
Roll call. A spidget.
Spidget.
A spidget.
A spidget.
No, ever side my house. What is that?
With the show, this is it. That's Bugs Bunny, man.
Yeah, baby.
You kidding me? So every Saturday morning for my entire childhood.
Mine too, brother.
That was the best cartoons ever right there, man.
Ooh, man. Well, welcome back, man.
Look here, man. I went down and paid the mouse. Went to Animal Kingdom and had a little break down at Daytona Beach with the fam, and glad to be back. I appreciate James Sparrow filling in for me last week. I was able to catch most of the show and try to call in. I know I had spotty coverage on my cell phone,
bad coverage.
But hey, y'all had a good show. I appreciate it. I think James was trying to take my job.
Well, people said that I talk too much.
Oh, James couldn't get a word in.
Couldn't get a word in.
Hey,
what is this now?
Wally, before we even get started.
Can I go ahead and eat before we do?
Yeah. This here is a strawberry homemade cake.
Oh, man.
That right there is a strawberry homemade cake. And it's made by Tori Stone. And I'm taste testing right now live.
Oh, I've already tasted it.
And look. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? A homemade strawberry cake.
That's the vine.
Tori makes homemade cakes. $25 for a homemade cake. She needs a 48-hour turnaround, and I'm telling you what, if you've ever had one of the cakes that she makes, it's incredible.
A+.
In fact, this one right here, she sent for us to taste test tonight on the show, and it's incredible. Strawberry cake. Hey, she makes pound cakes, of course. These are $25 cakes. Chocolate cakes, caramel cakes, strawberry cakes, peanut butter cakes, red velvet cakes, butternut cakes, lemon cheese cakes. Those are all $25 cakes. She needs a 48-hour turnaround on those on the orders. And special request cakes for $35. You can't beat that. Don't go to Publix or Food World or somewhere and buy one of those Walmart cakes with the fake icing. I call it plastic icing.
Plastic icing, exactly.
That's the best thing. Plastic icing. That's the best acronym for that icing you get at Publix and Walmart. Call Tori Stone, write this down, 806-8620.
You cannot beat that.
806-8620. You can't have this one. This one's going home with me. Well, I may give Holly and Blake a slice.
Holly and Blake want
some of the strawberry. Homemade strawberry cake. Hey, look, for the holidays, you need to call Tori Stone, 806-8620. She will make your homemade cakes for your holidays. I promise you, all your relatives will love them. I promise you.
Well, thank you.
You do any hunting over the Thanksgiving break?
Yeah, I did go hunting. I did, but man, I had crazy
opening day.
Oh well, no, but I had a crazy thing happen this weekend.
Hey, and we don't have any entries in our Big Rat contest, so I guess I saw where the Tate kid killed a big one. Joel Tate.
He's got to enter to get the rack.
All right.
To beat the rack.
Joel, if you're listening, you need to put your deer in the beat.
Let me tell you this crazy thing.
Tell me about yours.
I'm sitting in the stand.
I'm gonna finish this up.
I'm sitting in the stand, and this pesky squirrel. There were 2 of them because I saw one of them. I know the other one was up there harassing me. They kept on throwing nuts down at me, just busting me.
You were in that
head.
tree, man.
Man, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then I see 2 does, and I'm trying to kill one for some meat for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I saw Big Mama and little doe, and I just felt. I didn't want to do that, so I waited a little longer, and then another doe came out, and I picked it up. I had everything ready, and I hit the trigger.
Misfire.
Well, I don't know what it was, man. I tried to undo the bolt action, and it was just crazy, Neal. I even had to call Frank to help walk me through on jamming. It was just crazy.
Good, great.
But what about you, man? What about Thanksgiving?
Well, like I said earlier, I was down at Daytona and Orlando and had a nice, family trip down there, and came back, and all my family was here, and all Michelle's family came. Had a big Thanksgiving. Everybody had just just thankful for everything to be thankful for. It was just a really good Thanksgiving break.
Got a question. Everybody in our neighborhood has lights up except you. What's going on?
They up now.
Oh, they up now.
Got them up this afternoon.
Can't have it. Nobody
I
can
spent
beat
all
James Sparrow's house.
James Sparrow he's the Chevy Chase of the neighborhood.
He's the best display in the world. And we actually used James today for props.
For some
of our new commercials. We got, what, 4 new ones coming out?
Yeah, 4 new commercials coming out. We filmed today over at James Sparrow's house.
I know.
But I got my lights up this afternoon.
You did?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to ride by there tonight afterwards. Just
check them out, man. I didn't put my 8-foot Frosty up, though, because it's supposed to be a big storm tonight. So
well,
I was going to wait till tomorrow to put it up.
But anyway, hey, kudos to James. When if you do go look for Christmas lights,
got an awesome setup.
Come by his house. It is the most cool house. Yeah. And the thing about it, I could just sit outside and just
watch
look
it.
at
Yeah. Lucky dog.
The only one that don't have anything is Meadows.
Brian Meadows ain't got a Brian. Scrooge. Come on, man. Get you a big old Frosty up in the front yard. Come on, man. James got a 12-foot Frosty. Hey, well, before we really get started, we want to talk the Old Barn Restaurant in Goshen, Turner Mowing, Alabama Real Estate Connection, Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort, the Crease Agency, Pig Cafe. Hey, they getting ready to do their catering, too. Severe Ralph Freeze Bacon, Crows of Brundage, All-Star Collision, Joel's Medical, Health Actions, UPS Store, Hooks Barbecue, Marco's Pizza, Pike County Ford, Southern Roost, the Charles Edison Athletic Foundation, Preston Estates, and Troy Eye Center.
Hey, Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. Who we got here?
Neal, Wally, Bud, Lou Verne. How you, sir?
Bud, man, is ESPN going to be there Friday night?
It'll be there Friday night. Listen, you've heard the old adage, history repeats itself?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have ever thought in 1997, and I was there on the sidelines at Highland Home, that this would happen again?
Wow.
Lou Verne and Highland Home playing for the Southern 2A representative for the state championship.
Who is going to Auburn?
Hey, Clay State.
Man.
Who is going to Auburn? What's your prediction? Now, Highland Home's already clipped them one time, but I talked to Coach Daniels, who saw the game, and also talked to you, and it was closer than the score indicated. Laverne had their chances to beat them.
A lot closer. We had 5 turnovers and throwed a couple interceptions inside the red zone. Come back in the second half, received the opening kickoff, drove down to the Highland 30, run a little option play. We fumbled it. They scooped it up, carried it down to the 5. Then they had a deflection touchdown off for our defensive back's helmet, and guy picked it up. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna grudge to Highland Home and Coach Kidd, the kids here at Lou Verne, and know Coach Daniels real well.
Right.
If we play ball, I think we ought to beat Highland Home. But they're playing good ball. They won 12 straight, and I don't think there's a team in the playoff system this year that's had a rougher road to travel to get where they're at now than Lou Verne.
Boy, going through Leroy, you're right, bud. You're exactly right. And boy, they are tested and tried, aren't they?
They are, and right now coming out of the Max Prep poll, Lou Verne's ranked number 2. Highland Home comes in at number 3. And Lou Verne had the opening round game against South Choctaw at home. Then they've had to travel to Abbeville, beat a good Abbeville team. I talked to an old coaching buddy of mine, said that Abbeville was probably one of the most talented teams that he had seen in a long time. Just wasn't well prepared to coach.
I heard the exact same thing, bud.
You go over to Leroy and they knock us out last year. And these kids were just motivated. And I'm gonna tell you this: if there ever was a group to lose a season ball game, when Lou Verne lost to Highland Home the way they did, they marked this date, Friday night, on the calendar saying, we want to get back to Highland Home and face them again.
How about that? Well, it's coming, ain't it?
It's coming.
I'm going to tell you what, Crenshaw County in general had some heck of a football this year. You got Crenshaw CCA playing for the state championship in the IASA.
I went over there and watched that game with CCA and Chambers, and a couple breaks here or there. They cut it to 16-12 right there with about 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Went for an onside kick and missed it, and the score was a lot closer than 22-12 in that game. And then you got Lou Verne and Highland, And Brandon was a little off this year, but let me tell you something. With Roland Jones Jr. there,
Little Roland,
they've got Little Roland. That's right. They'll be back. So I just want to call and give you a shout out.
Thank you, bud.
It's going to be a heck of a ball game in Atlanta Saturday, and
yes,
that's going to be a good ball game. I think Alabama plays the way they been playing. I just don't think Georgia can stay with Alabama's offense. But
I don't either.
Time will tell.
Well, Bud, hey, before you go, if the winner of Highland Home and Luverne, who would they play in Auburn? Do you know?
They will play the winner of Fife and
Aliceville.
And see, Aliceville, we went over there last year in the second round and beat Aliceville at Aliceville. So I'm sure those kids have been looking all year to get back into the learning season. And a little ironic thing here I want to mention, and I'll let y'all go.
Okay.
If Luverne beats Highland Home and goes to Auburn and beats whoever out of the Northern Division, they will have one at Clay Jordan Stadium in Highland Home, and they will win the state championship at Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn.
How about that?
That's just a little tidbit.
Well, that's neat, bud.
Y'all do a great job, and we'll hopefully call you on a happy note next week.
I hope so. Give us a shout, bud. Thank you very much. Let's just go straight into the Laverne, since Bud was calling. Laverne beats Leroy 26-7. While you got any stats on that game?
I sure do, Neal. Sadler Wilson was 122 yards rushing and a touchdown. Deontay Brantley passed 64 yards, and he rushed 92 yards, Neal. And they said the play of the game was Edward Thomas when he returned a 90-yard kickoff.
Wow.
90 yards, my buddy. Seven wins on the road for Luverne. I think that's
what Bud was saying. Yeah.
And 12 victories for Luverne, the most since 1997. And the lowest score for Leroy all year long, 7 points, and Luverne did it.
Luverne put it on.
Incredible.
Great job by Coach Scott Riles and company over in Laverne. Best of luck to Highland Home and Laverne this coming up Friday night. Both are in our TV, Troy Cable Channel 2 areas. We'll be pulling for both sides.
Exactly.
We'll be rooting for nobody to get hurt.
Exactly.
Next up, Highland Home beats Ayrton 28-14. And the prior week, me and you had called Ayrton and Cottage Hill, so we know how sound Ayrton was. And for Highland Home to beat Ayrton 28-14, that's just a great win for Highland Home. You got anything on that?
I do. Ayrton had 2 fumbles in the first half at the 1 yard line.
About to score?
About to score.
Oh, no.
And then Highland Home ran it back 99 yards.
A scoop and score?
Scoop and score. So actually, it should have been Ayrton 14-0 going in half, but it was the other way around.
So they were losing 14-0 at half.
Maddox Herring, Neal, 60 yards, touchdown. The Daniel Hicks, Bryson Peavy, remember we called his name a lot. 65 yards rushing. Blake Carroll, he had 12 tackles. Troy Hicks and Hayes McDaniel both had a fumble recovery, and Peavy had an interception. So hats off again to the Ayrton Purple Cats. They had a great. I tell you, they've had 2 back-to-back great seasons.
They have. You're right.
I tell you, Chuck Dunn and Kilcrease, they just do a great job over there, man.
Yep, and Jackson Blair, our player of the week last week, and Bryson Peavy a couple of weeks ago. They got some good players over there.
Stuff. You're not kidding.
Wally, our next one is 2 teams that Charles Henson had to go through on their gauntlet of a schedule. Greenville and Ramsey. Ramsey beat Charles Henson in the first round of the playoffs, and Greenville beat Charles Henson, I think, week 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And so Charles Henson played Greenville a lot better than they played Ramsey, but Greenville beats Ramsey 27-13. Were you able to find anything on Greenville?
I found stuff. First quarter, they had 2 kickoff returns, Neal.
Greenville did?
Bishop Riley, 72 yards to Green. Javian Perry, he hit Derek Bogdan for 55 yards for a touchdown. Posey, 37 yards pass to Riley for a touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you what, I hope Troy recruits Posey.
Man, he is something else, man. I'm telling you, talking about an athlete, my Lord.
Yep.
And then Riley had 294 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. Greenville will have to go to Viger.
That'll be a tough one.
Let me tell you, Viger.
Down in Mobile.
Viger put it on Demopolis.
Yeah, they did.
Let me tell you,
Demopolis ain't nothing to play with.
I thought, in my mind, Demopolis was going to be playing in Jordan Hare, but
Viger's got some athletes, buddy. Hey, Little school down in Dothan, Providence Christian beats Gordo. Gordo's in and out every year, one of the top teams. Providence Christian beats them 23-20. And little known fact about Providence Christian, they're coached by Troy native Kenny Keith.
Kenny Keith, buddy.
He played on the 1980 state championship football team under J. Jeffcoat right here in Charles Henderson, and he caught a pass in that from his slot, tight end slot position in that game, and the name of the pass was Frog 93.
Frog 93.
Yeah, because his nickname was Frog. Kenny Keith. Yeah. Congratulations, Kenny Keith, on a heck of a season down at Providence Christian, and they beat Gordo 23-20. Were you able to find anything?
I did. I had a few things. The first half, I do know it was a 20-20 tie going into halftime.
Yeah.
So looking at the score, they did not let
one field goal.
They did not let Gordo score in the second half. But third quarter, David Warren hit a 37-yard field goal to secure the win.
And anytime you get over 30-yard field goal in high school, that's an accomplishment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wise Gordon for Providence, he had a total of 387 yards.
That's good.
All total. So
wow.
Great game down there.
Yep.
Great game.
Pike County hosted Flomaton, and what was just a defensive game. Pike County loses 12-10. Wally, tell us about that game.
Unbelievable. I tell you, I listened to it on the radio.
Yeah.
James Sparrow, myself, and what a great game. But like I said, it was 12-10. Julius Allen drilled a 28-yard field goal to give the Bulldogs 3-0 lead going in the half. But third quarter, Derek Myhan, 69-yard touchdown. They said he just popped to the left-hand side. He had 122 yards rushing on 9 carries, 67 yards. Derek had 67 yards and 67 yards on 1 carry. So, hey, 12-10, they lose. But I'm gonna tell you something. We talked about this morning. We have not had a special team.
We have not had a special team
all year to win.
Well, we kept waiting on a Zion Chapel, a Pike Live, or a Pike County, or a Goshen, or a Charles Henderson, or an Ozark. We kept waiting on a local kicker to win a game.
Yeah,
and it just didn't. It just didn't pan out.
It didn't pan out. However, 28-yard field goal right before half. Take your team in the league.
That
says something to me.
That's right.
Says good character. Julius Allen. Pizza worthy this week. Buddy.
Marco's one-topping large pizza. Julius Allen, the kicker from Pike County. We got to get a special team guy in there. And, hey, what better than a 28-yard field goal in high school third-round playoff action?
Oh, yeah.
He'll remember that the rest of his life. He'll tell his kids and his grandkids, I kicked a 28-yard field goal in the third round of the playoffs.
And I want a pizza on Sports
And I want a pizza. I was Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. Player of the Week, Mr. Allen from Pike County. And call Marco's. You win a one-topping large pizza. Congratulations. And while we're talking about Bulldogs, one of our biggest fans, Johnny Bulldog, he hit me up on Facebook today, and you too, and he wanted recognition that he predicted that Brundage would lose in the third round of the playoffs. Well, that was a pretty good prediction, Johnny. And he also had some other predictions. So, out of the goodness of my heart and the goodness of your heart, let's give an ad hoc pizza this week
to Johnny Bulldog.
Johnny Bulldog, just because you did a good prediction, we're going to give you a large one-topping pizza from Marco's here in Troy. Enjoy your one-topping pizza. Give him a call, Johnny Doster, and one of our biggest fans. Good prediction, pizza worthy.
Pizza worthy was.
That's
right. And some guy, he said, some Carl from Troy. Do you know a Carl?
I don't know Carl from Troy. He's mad at him, though.
Yeah, mad at said some bad things about Johnny.
So. We'll take our first break of the night. We'll be right back.
Wally, what you working on there? Oh, man, I'm working on this yard bird right here. Man, Neal, this paint's going to the loo, brother.
Man, you know where you can get some good chicken like that fried up on the bone?
I don't know, man, but I'm getting hungry.
The Old Barn Restaurant in Goshen, Alabama. Give them a call, 484-3200. Why, they got quail, catfish, hamburger steak, shrimp, seafood, and free cheese biscuits with your dinner. They're open Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and lunch after church. Wally, this thing looks pretty good. Are you feeling this? I didn't mean to mess it up. I'm sorry.
Man, you got a real estate connection, man.
Can't believe this.
Deals going on, man. You got the calls up. What are you doing, man? Monopoly
man. They don't play games up here in the Alabama Real Estate Connection. Get out of here, man. Hey, you got to get out of jail free card. You got to call Toby and Dina Adams right here, 566-4765, the Alabama Real Estate Connection. They don't play games up here. They're dealing. What you got, man?
Man,
What's wrong with this thing?
I done wrecked my kayak, man.
What'd you do? Run into a weather buoy out there?
Yeah, I ran into one of those weather
buoys.
Yeah, I sure did, man.
Man. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about all this?
I don't know, man. I got to go see that lady.
Insurance?
Ma'am?
Insurance?
I don't have any
He
insurance.
should have went to Crease Insurance Agency out on 231 and got him some insurance. Now he's got to pay cash money for this kayak, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does.
Listen to the beach worker right here. He's got to pay cash for his kayaks. Visit Mike Crease, the Crease Agency, the only insurance agent you'll ever need.
Man, what in the world? You just ain't T-bone me right here. What in the heck? Playing with fidget spinner?
Wally, did you have a wreck?
Mr. Wally?
Man, this girl right here is playing with this fidget spinner, texting on the phone and T-bone me right here in the parking lot. I was about to go pay my speeding ticket.
Right here at the police station?
Yeah.
Well, luckily at the police station, we can just call All-Star Collision, 808-8822. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. Can I have the fidget spinner back?
Yeah, you can have
Please,
it.
Mr. Wally.
All
Thank
she's
you.
worried about is a fidget spinner. Call All-Star Collision for all your accidents. 808-8822.
You can't. Megadeth.
Not Megadeth.
Judas Priest.
No. Come on, man.
Queen.
Come on, man.
Hey, I saw that movie this weekend.
Oh, yeah? How was that?
Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh,
You said it was good. You just going to the movies
I mean,
all the
I
time.
was a movie freak.
Creed.
Creed 2. If you ain't seen Creed 2.
That's
okay,
Mike and the
fine.
Mechanics, by the way.
Mike, one-hit wonders. Where you get
Now they had a couple of hits now. Come on. Mike and the Mechanics. Man, they were huge in the late
I
80s.
knew a mechanic named Mike. I didn't know he had a band.
Roll call on those third round playoff games. Luverne 26, Leroy 7, Highland Home 28, Ayrton 14, Linden 44, St. Luke's 43. 44, 43. Whoa. I'd have liked to have been at that one. Flomaton 12, Pike County 10, Providence Christian 23, Gordo 20. Andalusia beats Hillcrest Evergreen 28-21. UMS Wright 21, American Christian 19, Greenville 27, Ramsey 13, Wetumpka 21, Spanish Fort 14. Central Phoenix City 34, Robert E. Lee 27, Wetumpka 21, Thompson 31, Hoover 28. We watched that one in your garage.
Sure did.
And Thompson got the ball with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left and went 80 yards.
Flying pineapple, baby.
The flying pineapple.
Yeah.
Thompson 31, Hoover 28, Maplesville 28, Lynette 6.
Aliceville, Neal 28, Addison 22, Aniana 29, Good Hope 8. Central Clay 35, Etowah 13, Pinson Valley 48, Homewood 7, 5, 21, Ochahatchee 13.
Ohatchee.
Just Hoochie Coochie. Is that what it is?
Ohatchee 13.
Okay. Mortimer, Jordan 41, Jasper 21, Randolph County 19, Sachs 8. That was James.
That was James School, yeah.
Sorry, James. Viger 27, Demopolis 7, Saraland 24, Opelika 19, Mars Hill 41, South of Mar 27, Deshler 20, Hopes Bluff 14, Clark, Chalkville 45, Oxford 9. That
We saw Oxford this year. I thought they would go further than that.
They did.
Round 4. These are the games you're looking for this weekend. Linden hosts Maplesville. Highland Home hosts Laverne. Piedmont hosts Randolph County. Deshler hosts Aniana. Mortimer Jordan hosts Central Clay. Pinson Valley hosts Clay Chalkville. Mars Hill hosts Pickens County. Fife hosts Aliceville. And the winner of the Fife-Aliceville game will play either Laverne or Highland Home for the championship in Auburn. UMS Wright hosts Andalusia. Greenville hosts Viger. And Wetumpka hosts Saraland. And also, the 7A is already set. They don't have as many teams, so they're 1 week short on the playoffs. But on December the 5th, Wednesday, for the 7A state championship, Theodore will play Central Phoenix City, and one of my best buddies in the world, Thompson will play Central Phoenix City, and one of my old college roommates, Jamie Dubose, is the coach over there. And wishing Jamie the best. And then of course, Lonnie's son, with Lonnie's Concessions Reviews, plays wide receiver for Thompson. So I'm kind of torn there. I'm going to have to go with Central Phoenix City, though.
Free gear, like it normally does when we do the golf match.
Yeah. Hey, our Beat Wally Facebook winner this week, we had David Doty, our producer, Justin Bradley, my cousin's preacher, and Jason Tillery. All went 5-1. We had about 40 people playing this last week. A lot of people played. So those guys went 5-1. But Jason Tillery had 56 points on his total, and he was the closest. So Jason Tillery,
he wins it. David, you could have won it, man. You just
didn't do your points right, David.
Crystal ball. But hey, we got another round next week.
Got another round. Hey, one pizza, one large, one-topping pizza from Marco's here in Troy. Jason Tillery, you're the winner.
And get your pen and pad out. These are the 6 that we got. We're
going with 6 games because some of them are not local. So you got to do a little research before you do these.
All right, Pinson Valley hosts Clay Chalkful. You know, Coach, I just had a brain.
Somebody get the quarterback is going to Auburn?
No. Clay Chalkful. He used to coach Charles Anderson.
I can't think, Wally.
Fountain?
Helms. Adam Helms. He went from Andalusia up there. Yeah.
So they
defensive coordinator.
Pinson Valley.
Yep.
Wetumpka hosts Saraland. Greenville hosts Viger. UMS Wright hosts Andalusia. That's going to be a good one. Linden hosts Maplesville, and then we can't leave out our local teams. Highland Home hosts Luverne, and that's going to be the total
score in the Highland Home Luverne game. So get them on Facebook. Hey, you can win a one-topping large pizza from Marco's. It's free to play. Why not play? Just put your picks in. You never know if you're going to get lucky or not. You know, David Hennigan got lucky one week. He don't know nothing about high school football.
Hey, David Hennigan won a dadgum gun from one of our sponsors.
He did.
How that guy is the luckiest
He is lucky, man.
I've ever seen.
While we're still on the high school athletics, we want to mention that basketball is now underway.
Yeah.
A lot of the teams went off for holiday tournaments. Pike Liv went off for holiday tournaments. Charles Henderson went off for holiday tournaments. And we're not going to get deep into basketball right now, but we do want to let you know that they have started. They're off and running. The Charles Henderson girls went to Atlanta and participated in the tournament. They won 2 games. The boys went to Scottsboro, Alabama. They were 2-1 over the holiday tournament. Saw in the paper where Coach Doug Branson stated that he was happy with the way that the guys responded to his new coaching style that they hadn't been used to for a couple of years, and the effort they gave he was proud of. Trojans, the girls and the boys are back in action tomorrow night versus Laverne right here on Charles Henderson's campus. And then again on Thursday night on Charles Henderson's campus, the girls and the boys with Barber County. And that will be, if you want to watch some good high school basketball, Thursday night, Charles Henderson and Barber County right over there on the gym atop a hill. The Lady Patriots knocked off Petula and Wiregrass on their way to a 3-1 record in their holiday tournament. They host Success Christian tomorrow night here in Troy, and Coach Peters hopes that the momentum from the holiday tournament carries over for the win. So, hey, high school basketball action off and running. And Wally and I are going to cover basketball. We'll be getting Laverne and Highland Home and Brantley and Ozark and Enterprise. We're going to try to, cover basketball really well. But we just wanted to call out Charles Henderson and Pike Liv since everybody's only played 2 or 3 games and get the basketball started. But, hey, the Charles Henderson Lady Trojans are the defending state champions. So we got to keep a close eye on those girls over there. And that'll wrap up our high school action for tonight. And we'll take our second break of the night. We'll be right back in just a second.
Wally, where you been, man?
Neal, I've been across the street
Good
over
Lord,
there.
what are you going to do with all that?
I was across the street over there, and the line was out the door, man. And I saw the UPS store, so I thought I'd come in here and see if I
I'm
can
glad
get
you
it.
came to the UPS store.
Unbelievable. Let me help you with that.
Good, look at this, man. Can you help him mail all this?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Good deal.
Hey, everything for you.
Grade A customer service at the UPS store. Give them a call today, 566-9470. Don't go across the street. Go to the UPS store for all your copying, printing, and shipping needs. That's some good banana pudding right there. Son, Southern Roots, man. That's some good food. Wally, what are you doing out there, man?
I just ran 10 miles. Come get some of this banana pudding. Did you leave me some?
It's the best banana pudding we've ever had, man. Hey, Southern Roots, they're open Sunday through Friday for lunch. It'll be the best banana pudding you've ever had. Man, I'm glad you made it. How far did you walk?
10 miles.
Come all the way from Brundage?
Yes.
Come on, let's go eat.
Yes, sir. Hey, Neal, man, need some help, man. I watched Point Break last night with Patrick Swayze.
What happened? Here comes the lifeguard.
Same guys, yesterday you already wrecked my kayak and got an insurance.
Are you okay?
Man, I think I
pulled your leg muscle?
pulled my leg muscle.
You're going to have to go to Health Action to get that worked out with physical therapy. Give them a call, 670-5435. Health Action's in front of Hooks Barbecue. Man, I hope you're okay.
I hope too.
Man, I done went and got me some Crow's chicken down in Brundage. Wally, this is Crow's chicken. Look at this sauce I got. Oh, man. This is a nugget snack from Brundage Crow's. This is the real Crow's with the real chicken nuggets, like the old time. Big, thick, juicy, fried perfectly, just like the old days. And Crow's and Brundage. Give them a call, 735-3005. I'm fixing to look at that.
Hey, put them on Armstrong.
Where? What's man, give them a call. Brundage Crow's. They cater. They even got fried catfish on Friday nights. I like that.
You know what that is?
38 special.
Oh.
What? 38 special. They're from Jacksonville. That's them.
That is not it. Close. They were born there.
These guys are from Jacksonville?
Well, yeah. Greg Almond and them were.
Almond
And then
Brothers.
they moved up to...
You still got your tags as Almond Bros?
Yeah, it's hanging up in my office. Hey, speaking of Almond Brothers, I thought about something.
Yeah.
Christmas parade. Now listen to this, y'all.
Oh, yeah. We need to talk
Y'all
about that.
have got to go to the Troy Christmas parade.
What's the date?
It's December
5th?
the 5th, I think.
12.
12?
Yeah.
No. It's like first Monday.
Oh, okay.
It's the first Monday in December. We'll let everybody know because reason we're
going to be in it.
We're going to be in it, and we're going to win this dadgum thing. I think there's a cash prize.
We're going to win the cash prize. We
We're
need your
gonna win.
help.
Hey,
Rochelle Jeffcoat and Leanne Wyndham, we need to bribe them so that we can win it.
Listen to this. Neal is going to be Chevy Chase, and he's going to be wearing the hockey shirt.
The Blackhawks.
The Black Hawk shirt. No, the Chiefs.
December 3rd. No, it ain't. It's the Chicago Blackhawks.
No, oh my goodness, you're going to get us
No,
all.
it's not. It's Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, it ain't. It's the Chiefs. I'm telling you. Look at it. Oh, we're going to lose for sure. But anyway,
I'll check it out.
Neal's going to have the moose cut with eggnog. I'm going to be dressed up as Cousin Eddie. I already got my suit. I'm going to have the...
We're going to ride a golf cart.
I'm going to have the hose. I'm going to have the fake beer can, the cigar.
The flex pipe.
The flex pipe. And David Hennigan's going to drive our golf cart. And we're going to have lights all over it. It's like sport chat. We're going to throw out candy to
It's going to be Chevy Chase Christmas.
And we are going to win that bad boy.
We're going to have Chevy Chase music, the Christmas vacation music playing on the golf cart.
I can feel it.
Hey, we got a sports show to do here.
Oh,
come on.
Hey,
right. Get off on Christmas parades. By the way, my wife texted and said it's December 3rd. We ain't got but a couple days. Next Monday.
How can we bribe somebody?
Man, my hockey jersey ain't going to be in by then. I ordered it to come from China.
China?
Yeah.
Good.
Texas Tech fired Cliff Kingsbury today. And it's that time of the year where the college football coaches are on the chopping blocks and they start talking about hot seats and all this kind of stuff. And the reason I wanted to bring up Kingsbury, two reasons. My wife thinks he's hot. Come on. Second reason is Neal Brown was the offensive coordinator at Texas Tech for a while. He made a really good impression down there. Well, they're looking for a hot coach now. They're looking for a hot name coach right now.
Is that Lupin Box?
Lubbock.
Lubbock.
What'd you say? Lupin Box?
Lupin Box, Texas?
It's in Lubbock, Texas. And I'm going to tell you what, I've never been to Lubbock, Texas, but I've always heard.
Ain't nothing there.
Ain't nothing. You got to be aiming for Lubbock to run into it, is what they say. And that came from some people that coach down there that I talked to. But anyway, I wanted to bring that up because they got a head coach opening at Texas Tech, the Red Raiders. The fire and the guns.
Roadrunners down there. I seen some
Roadrunners?
That's what I saw. Yeah.
Anyway, Troy traveled to Boone, North Carolina, with a chance to go undefeated in the conference, and with a win, they could have locked down hosting the first ever Sun Belt championship game right here in the Vet. But they fell short to Appalachian State 21-10. You know, Wally, Troy's just been riddled with injuries the last 4 or 5 weeks, and I'm just going to call a spade a spade. They didn't have the horses healthy enough to go up there and beat App State in their home stadium in Boone, North Carolina.
And I heard
kudos.
Were
I heard that too. I didn't want to go down that road, but I heard that too. We just didn't have the horses to finish it out. Great season, 9-3, but with great scheming and game planning all year by Neal Brown and Matt Moore and crew. But hey, Sawyer Smith threw for 160 yards. B.J. Smith ran for 53, but it just wasn't enough. And Troy just could not get it done up in Boone. Congratulations on the season. I think we may be going down there to either the New Orleans Bowl or the R&L Carriers down there in New Orleans.
Yeah, and then I saw something on some bowl predictions where it had Troy may be playing in the Birmingham Bowl.
Against Auburn?
Well, no, not against Auburn. I want to say, was it Vandy or something? I don't know.
Because Auburn's a shoe-in for one of them Birmingham Bowls.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They won't win, but they'll be all right.
Let's move on.
Okay, Kentucky routed Louisville, Neal, 56-10. Just gets worse and worse. Louisville with the interim coach still didn't help, but Kentucky, 9-win season. You know, I was thinking about this.
How about that, Stu?
I think it's been probably 10
years. Yeah.
That they have gone 9-0. I mean, 9 wins.
Yeah, that is good. Vandy anchors down at Vandy. They beat Tennessee 38-13. Vandy becomes bowl eligible with the win. Tennessee becomes not bowl eligible with the loss. So that's a big deal right there. Hey, I think Pruitt's going to be all right at Tennessee, though. I really think you give Pruitt a couple of years of recruiting, the way he recruited while he was at Alabama and all, and I just give Jeremy Pruitt a year or two at Tennessee. But great job by Vandy there.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you did not
game
watch
of the weekend,
Texas A&M LSU game, you're just not a human, because that was one of the best games.
Of course, I fell asleep.
Oh, but hey, thank God our buddy Jeff Ellis kept me. Jeff and I and Alan Qualls, we were all just we were hitting it back and forth. Actually, let me tell you, I felt sorry for Coach Ogeron.
Yeah.
They
took a
Gatorade bath, and it was over. I told Blake, I said, that's over. And then they did the timeout, and they looked, and it was so questionable. If I put this on Facebook, I don't know what that ref's name is, but they gave him a blanket party when they got back to the hotel. Because let me tell you, 7 overtimes, Neal. And sadly, for Coach O, they lost. They could not convert to 2-point conversion. But what a game. There was a lot of history that was broke there. The most points scored.
146 points.
I want to say
74-72.
And then Coach Harry Lees put on our Facebook page,
but that wasn't Division I.
Somebody got whopped 222 to nothing.
I don't think that was fake. That was made up.
Coach Lees, I don't know if you watch our show, but we got to have some documentation on 222. But anyway, Neal, high-scoring game, 74-72. If you took the under, you won some big money. What about the Bama?
I hope you didn't bet a boat on the under.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about the Auburn-Alabama game.
Alabama beats Auburn 52-21. Wally, what looked to be a pretty good game going into halftime. I thought, wow, Gus has somehow figured out a way to make this game manageable. And in my pea brain, I drank the Kool-Aid at halftime. I thought, boy, if Gus can get it to the fourth quarter, we got kick sixes, we got prayers. We called a prayer against Georgia a couple years ago. If Gus can get it to the fourth quarter, he can run trick plays, reverse passes, whatever. I drank the Kool-Aid at halftime. And I should not have drank it, because Alabama was clearly the better team. They came out the second half, and they dotted all their I's and crossed all their T's. And the 11 people on offense were better than Auburn's, and the 11 people on defense were better than Auburn's. And the right team won the football game. Alabama was better than Auburn this year, Wally. And that's all it boils down to.
Well, now let me ask you one thing. And I watched the game.
Yep.
Coach Malzahn is a great man. I'll admit that. He does not use foul language, but
he don't cuss.
But you can ask Holly. We sat there and watched it. He said the BS word.
Bull crap.
No, it was not crap.
In his press conference, he said bull crap.
Well, he drank the Kool-Aid himself. Let me tell you, because even Holly could call in and vouch. Yeah. I mean, it was obvious.
Wally's getting you involved.
Let me tell you, time out for a second. Time out. So if you say a cuss word, that's a flag. But if you say bull hockey,
I'm on the sidelines at all these games over there at Veterans Memorial Stadium. There's a few cussing going on.
But
there's some cussing going on.
But they're not going to flag Coach Neal Brown if he says poop.
I'm telling you.
Or crap.
Let's move on. Gus said bull crap.
It cost him 15 yards.
Tua was 25 of 32 for 325 yards, 5 touchdowns. If he didn't have the Heisman sewed up,
that was incredible.
He's got it now. 5 touchdowns. Alabama rushed the ball 27 times for 133 yards. Jalen Hurts was 1 for 1 for 53 yards and a touchdown.
Just went out there and threw it to him.
Jalen Waddle blew away the defensive backs from Auburn. He showed why he was the big five-star recruit coming out of high school last year. He caught that ball across the middle and outran 4 Auburn defenders to the sideline, turned it up, and outran them to the end zone. Great job by Waddle. Stidham for Auburn was 13 of 30 for 127 yards and 1 touchdown. Whitlow, look. Hey, come on, man. I got my championship hat up here now.
I knew that was coming.
You knew that was coming. Good job. Good job, Dodie. Good. I got my championship hat up here. I brought my championship hat with me tonight.
Was that the 1940?
That's 2010, Wally. Just a couple years ago. Whitlow led the way with 61 yards. Shivers had 10 carries for 27 yards. Schwartz had 3 carries for 20 yards and a touchdown. Martin had 2 carries for 12 yards. Alabama was the better team, and they won.
They were, another good game. And, hey, Stedham, I thought, played decent. I mean, considering, we got that targeting call, which is going to hurt us, I think, against Georgia, but nevertheless.
Yeah.
You ready to move on? I know that just broke.
Auburn lost. Look, 2010 national champs, baby.
Okay. Now, moving on to Notre Dame. When I do my Wally's picks and they're not in the top 4,
you going ahead and telling
I'm
everybody
going to
they're
go
not
ahead
in the
and
top?
tell nobody. I am not putting
12 and 0.
12 and 0, and I'm going to tell you the reason. I watched that game. They look pathetic. I mean, there was no energy on the sideline.
What did Alabama look like tied with the Citadel at halftime? Pathetic?
No, they look good.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Anyway, Notre Dame sneaks by a struggle win, 24-17 against USC there at the Coliseum.
Gotcha.
Stays undefeated, 12-0. Ian Book was back for Notre Dame. He was 22 for 38, 352 yards and 2 TDs. But again, Neal, that was just not impressive. It was horrible.
All right.
They made mistakes. They did not look like a 4 team.
You ain't got to justify to me. I know you ain't got them in the top 4. I do.
Oh, I'll get texts. So,
Florida kills Florida State, 41-14. All the FSU fans are glad the season's over, Wally. They didn't want to go to a bowl. Florida State is not bowl eligible for the first time since 1971, I think. But Florida State just looked off. Dan Mullen, hey. Hats off, Dan Mullen. You came in there with I'm going to tell you, he's got a subpar quarterback down there. That guy is the worst quarterback in the SEC. That Franks kid, I mean, he's probably one of the worst quarterbacks in the SEC. But Felipe Franks. But Dan Mullen doing what he's doing with what he walked into. Watch out for him next couple years. Willie Taggart, he just done stepped on his nose. Wally, watch what I tell you. Now, he's not going to get fired when the season's over. Well, the season is over. Yeah. He's not going to get fired. Next year, if he starts out 1-4, 0-3, 1-5, 2-4, 2-6, something like that, he'll be short leash middle of the season. Watch what I tell you.
Don't they open up with Notre Dame?
Nah, it ain't easy.
Kickoff classic.
Georgia had no issues with Georgia Tech. They took care of business 45-21. Jake Fromm was 13 of 16. Yep, he only threw it 16 times for 175 yards. 4 of his 13 completions were for touchdowns.
He won't do that against Bama.
He won't do that against Bama. Georgia ran the ball 41 times for 286 yards, and Georgia was ready for that triple option. They held it in check the whole game. They put Georgia Tech out of the misery early.
Well, Neal, next game, Ohio State playing Michigan, and they're wanting Hoball's.
Harbaugh, not Hobaugh. Well, the Hoballs are from Troy.
Yeah.
This is Harbaugh.
This is Southern dialect. So.
All right, go
Harbaugh.
ahead. Gotcha.
They're wanting his head.
What?
He can't beat Ohio State. I said here last week. James said
you did.
They're going to get waxed. Sure enough, when they got waxed 62-39. Haskins was 19 for 30, Neal, for 318 yards and 5 TDs. Brother.
Yes, sir.
Haskins was really impressive against what we thought was a top-tier defense in the nation.
Well, the stats said it. The stats said it when they were a top tier.
Shea Patterson was terrible in the game for Michigan.
No, he wasn't.
Well,
Shea Patterson wasn't terrible.
He wasn't. Okay, I'll say he wasn't terrible. But he was 20 for 34 for 187 yards and 3 TDs. But Michigan's defense just couldn't keep the Wolverines close enough. And I guarantee you got them in your top 4.
Michigan?
Yeah.
No, they got beat.
They
got 2 losses. They're not in my top 4. Yeah. Clemson dominates South Carolina 56-35. Trevor Lawrence is the real deal. Proving Dabo correct in making him the starter. 27 for 36, 393 yards and a touchdown. Etienne ran the ball 28 times for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns for Clemson. They pretty much did whatever they wanted to against a subpar South Carolina defense. Muschamp's got his job cut out over there because I saw where that defense is losing 6 or 7 starters, and they were just subpar on defense. In the loss, Jake Bentley, who's from Opelika, by the way, how did Auburn, Alabama, Jack State, or Troy not get on Jake Bentley from Opelika? He goes up to South Carolina. He's 32 of 50 for 510 yards and 5 touchdowns against Clemson, who's got about 7 or 8 NFL guys on the field. Bentley's pretty good. This just in, Bentley's pretty good, Jake Bentley. But hey, you know what? They're throwing the ball every play because they were so far behind. So
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Clemson scares me.
Well, they should. They beat Alabama.
They
should.
They are a great team. Hey, and another thing before we go on our commercial break real quick. Kansas State, they lost to dadgum Iowa State. Tyler and I, Blake watched it. They were winning by 17 points fourth quarter and lost.
Iowa State had a good year, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back to wrap this thing up.
Wally, what are you doing in that Mustang GT 350 out here at Pike County Ford?
Man, I'm about to buy this sweet ride, hit 231, and put my fuzz buster on there, bro.
And you're going to need a fuzz buster in that thing. Is that a 5-speed manual shift?
Yeah, it is. 5-speed like a race car, man.
Sweet ride. Look at the clutch, everything, man. Hey, up to $5,000 more than Kelly Blue Book value on your trade-in. Come see them at Pike County Ford. They're dealing.
Our patients trust us, and you can trust us too. At Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort, we're a full-service animal hospital offering preventative care and hospital care with complete in-house laboratory testing. You'll also love our on-site pet resort, featuring individualized care for your pet during their vacation. We believe every animal deserves the best care possible, and that's what we deliver every day. So the next time you need veterinary care, see Dr. Steve Barron at Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Wally, what you got there? Hey, man, I'm fishing for sharks, dude. A cane pole and wigglers? Oh, heck yeah, man. We're deep south of barrel. You look good, you feel good, you can fish good. Well, I got on these. What you got? I got a big shark. Could be Charles's cousin with a cane pole. No, Pete Van Horn, Deep South Apparel. Look for him on Facebook. Deep South Apparel. He might catch you something. Wait a minute. You break it? It broke. The shark broke the hook. We're going to get him next time.
Good morning, everybody. This is Neal from Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. It's time for my morning biscuit. I want you to look how big that biscuit is. I'm going to put this butter on that biscuit. Came from the Pig Cafe out on North 3 Notch. Go see Yanni. Get you a real biscuit. Hey, Wally.
Hey.
What you got there?
Where'd you get that biscuit at?
This is Pig Cafe on North 3 Notch. Where'd you get that?
Oh, man, 231, one of those big box chain stores out there.
Man,
they even got a paper straw.
Man, look at the size of that little thing. Look at it. I'm about to put butter on this. It's 3 times the size of that.
I should have gone see Yanni.
Go to the Pig Cafe on North 3 Notch or call them for catering, 334-770-0134. Get a real biscuit.
Don't want a wimpy biscuit.
Sound like a helicopter taking off.
You made my day. You done beat me up all day, and you put on the best band in the whole world.
I knew you'd like this. You were all messed up by Mike and the Mechanics, so I had to come back with the real deal. Hey,
Van Halen.
That was a good
That's
song.
a great song.
We went to see them in concert. 2008? 2008.
Great time.
We did. And, hey, I want to mention Quick Fix Delivery. Give them a call, and you order from Preston's, and they will bring it to you. No questions asked. $5 delivery fee anywhere within the police jurisdiction. The police jurisdiction is 3 miles outside the city limits, and for $5, they'll bring you Preston's steak. My wife and I ordered 2 steak tip baked potatoes the other night. I texted my order, and from text to the knock on the door was 34 minutes.
And I had oatmeal at home. And they'll even bring a hammer if you need it.
Oh, if you need Christmas lights, hey, I need a strand of 100 Christmas lights. They'll bring it to you.
Just call them up and bring it to you.
Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty cool.
And there it is on the move your head to the side. Other way.
It ain't big.
Move your head the other way. The other way, Wally.
That's David, producer. I see you, man.
Hey, roll call on the college sports, which we've already said some of these scores, but hey, we'll do it again. Troy 10, App State 21, Florida 41, Florida State 14, Ohio State 62, Michigan 39, Penn State 38, Maryland 3. They walloped them. I thought Maryland was playing good. Kentucky 56, Louisville 10, a little SEC domination right there. Iowa State 42, Kansas State 38, and that was the one you were saying you were watching your nephew Tyler, and they just couldn't pull it out. Notre Dame 24, USC 17, Syracuse 42, Boston College 21. Hey, that Syracuse coach is a hot commodity. They done won 9 or 10 games up there at Syracuse this year. Georgia 45, Georgia Tech 21. Northwestern wins their side of the Big Ten up there, 24. Illinois 16, Miami 24, Pitt 3, and Pitt was ranked and favored.
Sure was.
And the Hurricanes beat them 24-3. Clemson 56, South Carolina 35, Texas A&M 74, LSU 72, and that's not a basketball score. Utah 35, BYU 27.
And Cal 33, Colorado 21, Missouri 38, Arkansas 0.
Arkansas is glad the season's over, aren't they?
Good gracious. Washington 28, Washington State 15. That was a surprise.
Washington State was favored in that game, weren't they?
Yeah, I can tell you.
Leach.
Oklahoma 59, West Virginia 56. Again, no defense.
59-56. I mean, that's fun to watch. I mean, it's exciting on television. Who's going to get it last? Who can figure out how to have the ball last? I mean, it's fun to watch, but you're not going to win championships.
Yeah. Texas 24, Kansas 17, Boise State 33, Utah State 24, Minnesota 37, Wisconsin 15, Arizona State 41, Arizona 40, Vandy 38, Tennessee 13, Mississippi State 35, Ole Miss 3, UCF, my buddies 38. South Florida 10, Alabama 91, Auburn 0.
52-21. I want to say something about the Minnesota-Wisconsin game. Let's remember Wisconsin was preseason ranked top 10.
They were.
Minnesota is bowl eligible for the first time in several years. P.J. Fleck, the young coach that moved over to Minnesota from Western Michigan when Western Michigan was ranked in the top 10.
Yeah.
And watch out for Minnesota next year. They upset Wisconsin 37-15 to get bowl eligible. And P.J. Fleck is just a young, energetic coach, and I really think he's going to do some things at Minnesota that they hadn't done at the Golden Gophers in a long time. So watch out for P.J. Fleck at Minnesota. I wanted to mention that one after you call that out. Conference championship games coming up. Northern Illinois playing Buffalo for the MAC championship. Utah is playing the Washington Huskies for the Pac-12 championship. Texas is playing Oklahoma for the Big 12 championship. Memphis is playing Central Florida for the American Conference championship. App State's playing Louisiana Lafayette for the Sun Belt championship. UAB is playing Middle Tennessee State University for Conference USA. And you got to tip your cap at UAB. They didn't even have a football program a couple years ago. Well, they're bowl eligible and had a great season.
Yeah, they just played
for the conference.
They played Middle Tennessee State.
And they're going to turn around and play them again. Yep. Ohio State versus Northwestern for the Big Ten championship, and Clemson is playing Pitt, who just got spanked by Miami for the ACC championship.
East Carolina is going to play North Carolina State as a makeup game, Neal. Another makeup. Marshall at Virginia Tech makeup, but going on to conference. Mountain West, Fresno at Boise State. Stanford and Cal. I have no idea. I don't know if that was just a...
I don't know if it's a makeup or not.
It could be a
just a late rivalry game, I think.
Akron versus South Carolina, which was a makeup. And then for the SEC championship, this Saturday, Alabama.
Georgia, Alabama.
Alabama, Georgia.
Over in the Georgia Dome.
It'll be a great game.
You would think it would be a home field advantage for Georgia, but the tickets are 50-50.
Yeah, it's 50-50, and Bama's played there a lot of times. So.
Yeah, and what's your thoughts on that? Can Georgia play with them?
I think they will.
I think Fromm, ever since the LSU game, Fromm has looked really good. He looked terrible against LSU, but I think he's figured it out.
I'm going to tell you this. Halftime, I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia's leading or it's tied, kind of like Citadel and Auburn. But
has Alabama got issues in the first and second quarter being complacent? I mean, the Citadel was tied with them 10-10. Auburn down by 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do that again, if they play complacent in the first and second quarter against Georgia, is that going to spell trouble?
You never know. You never know. But
we'll see.
It'll be a good game.
Alabama, Georgia, SEC Championship, Georgia Dome next Saturday. We'll take our last break of the night. We'll be right back to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, man, what have you done?
Man, I done messed up.
The wind got caught in that umbrella.
Man, I can't. Oh, no, here she comes.
Hey, man, you again? You already crashed my kayak yesterday and got an insurance claim about drowning in the surf earlier. Now, what happened?
I don't know, man. Are you injured?
Yeah, I might have to call Jason Jones. What's that number?
You gonna need a splint?
A splint and some oxygen.
Call Jason Jones at Jones Medical. He's gonna need a splint for this injury on the beach. 566-1002. Medical injury at the beach. Can you believe it?
Hey, Neal. I need some
Man,
help,
what in
man.
the world? What are you doing? What are you trying to grill?
I done burnt my barbecue, bro.
Those ribs look crisp, man. What in the world have you done? You have ruined those ribs.
I can't grill, can't have nothing, man.
Man, Hook's Barbecue is right down the street, the best barbecue in South Alabama, probably in the southeast United States. Hook's Barbecue, man, it's right over there. Give them a call. They do catering. You can get ribs like that. Like all you gotta do is go through the drive-through and get the ribs. 808-8008. Call them for your catering. Anything you need, they can fix them. They can fix any type of catering order you need. Don't cook your ribs like this, burnt crisp.
Dadgummit. Man.
What's going on, Wally? What's wrong with that thing?
Oh, Neal, Dad, my gum, man. I can't cut grass. I can't have nothing anymore.
Is it broke? I mean,
I don't know.
What I
I
chopped it all up over there.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. What I should have done was called Blake Turner with Turner Mowing at 334-465-0600, and I wouldn't be in this predicament
Look
right
at
here.
this. Best rates in town. Call Blake Turner. He'll give you a low quote. He'll give you the best job.
Drinking rice, eating sunflower seeds, drinking lots of carrot juice and soaking up raised today.
That's Jimmy Buffett. There's no question on that one, man. Come on. Man, as many times as I was eating at Lulu's and everybody talks about he just pops in there and plays a song, I ain't never seen him.
I've never seen him either.
Now, people talk about it all the time. Oh, Jimmy Buffett popped in and sang a song at Lulu's. Da-da-da. Never me. I've eaten there.
I tried to play in there. They asked me to leave. They put handcuffs on me. I told them I was all-American guitar player.
You did, and you showed them, didn't you?
I did, in jail.
American Express sent you a letter that said, please leave home without it.
He did. All right, let's go. Top four.
Top four. Neal's top four right here. Alabama, number 1. Clemson, number 2. Notre Dame. Georgia sneaks back in there. Now, since Georgia is playing Alabama this Saturday, and I'm predicting to Alabama to beat Georgia, then Georgia's going to fall back out. So, I'm going to do a 5A. 5A is Ohio State. 5B is Oklahoma. And 5C is UCF. Look, I'm giving UCF some love.
Unbelievable. What about Wally's? Get it up there, Diamond Dave. Alabama. 2, Clemson. 3, Georgia. 4, UCF.
Where's Notre Dame? They're undefeated.
Notre Dame is
12-0.
trash. They just
Oh, my God.
gave up. Telling them. Hey, are they even playing in a championship game?
They're independent.
Why even be up there? Why is that even a daggum argument?
This
When
independent
all these
schools.
other schools that have to play,
Oh, Lord.
that's my top 5.
Are you kidding me? All right, Lowry's Locks.
Larry Locks, let me get that bad boy out.
How'd you do last week?
I was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2, baby.
4 and 2.
4 and 2. I'm 44, 25 and 2.
So Jeff Ellis is 44, 25 and 2.
Yeah, Jeff Ellis, not Jeff.
You cheating off Jeff, aren't you?
No, I do mine first.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, get your pen and paper out. This is what you
Lowry's
got
Locks.
right here, baby.
Championship games, too.
Hey, Northwestern and Ohio State. Take Northwestern plus 14.5.
Gotcha.
Good one. Oklahoma and Texas. Take Texas. No, I'm sorry. Take Oklahoma minus 7.5.
Gotcha.
They're just going to drum Texas. Going to be a good game.
All right.
But Texas don't have a defense.
Okay.
UAB.
I like it, by the way.
Okay. UAB at Middle Tennessee State. Take MT State minus 2.5.
They going to beat UAB?
Again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I had they were a loss for me last week, by the way, by like 18 points.
I got you.
Bama, take them minus 13.5.
Ooh.
Georgia, just
All right,
because that
okay.
second half.
All right.
Pitt at Clemson, take Clemson all day long.
Pitt just got spanked by Miami.
Minus 25 Clemson. This could be over in the first quarter. And then my last one, Neal, Utah at Washington University
Go
of
see Michael Precise at Troy Bank Trust. Tell him you want a mortgage for a new boat. Here it comes.
Utah and Washington. Take Utah plus 4.5. 4.5.
Highly precise. Did y'all get the snakes out of the garage and get that Christmas tree up? That's all I need to know. Y'all need to.
They got snakes in the garage?
Yeah, Michael's supposed to get them out. They had rattlesnakes up in the garage. Yeah, bit all the dogs.
Are you kidding me?
I swear.
You just came out of the garage?
Well, they come out of the woods. College basketball. Duke ranked number 1. Kansas 2. Gonzaga, Virginia, Tennessee, Nevada, North Carolina, Auburn, Michigan, and Kentucky rounds it out at 10. But Gonzaga beat Duke, so tomorrow when the rankings come out, Gonzaga will be number 1. Gonzaga beat Duke in the Maui Invitational Championship. The rankings come out tomorrow. Tennessee, Auburn, and Kentucky are back in action Wednesday, but they play cupcakes, so they should maintain their top 10 ranking. Troy basketball is 3-3 on the young season. They lose to St. Louis, Missouri, Southern Miss, and Pitt. They won against Fort Valley State, Central Arkansas, and North Alabama. They play Austin Peay this Thursday, and then they're at FSU on the 3rd. Florida State's 5-0. Thank you for checking in with us this week. We'll be back next week. Make your picks on Facebook. See you next week.